Sit. Chester, sit. Sit. This is our new livestock guardian puppy, Chester, and he is just as sweet as can be. We are in the training process right now. He wants to chew on my hand, but he's a very, very sweet boy. He is half Anatolian and half Great Pyrenees. So we're excited to teach him to be the fierce guardian of our homestead.
So we built a Suscovich chicken tractor here. Now, this wasn't the original plan that we had. I had originally taken a Tractor Supply chicken coop, which is a much smaller coop, and I put skis on it. And I was using that to pull it around my yard, which worked out really well.
Like the Pied Piper.
Not so much, Lisa. You got the... But we had a little too many birds for that. So what I did is I went ahead and I bought the book online through Amazon. And then I followed the directions with it, and it was actually pretty easy to put it together. And I think it probably had maybe a total of like 8 hours in it total to get the whole thing completed. As part of the chicken tractor build, you have to do what's called a half lap. We're basically taking half of the 2x4 off so you can join them together to make it stronger. So for those of you that don't know exactly what a half lap is, it's this. So I took half the 2x4 off of this one and half the 2x4 off of this one. When you put them together, it's got a perfect joint and it's really, really strong. So that's what a half lap is. Well, this was the first one that I did, this first half lap. And I used my skill saw to do it, just moving it along with the speed square. And it was a struggle for me to do it. I just wasn't able to, I was doing it on the floor. It was just like uncomfortable angle. It wasn't working out too well for me. So what I decided to do was do it this way with the table saw. And I added the guard right here, or the rail, and I set it right at 3.5 inches. So literally, when I come up here with my board, it's gonna go right down the guard, or the rail, at 3.5 inches all the way down. And then I just kept moving it down a little bit. It kept making the cuts. And then look how clean that came out. Nice and square and perfect, right at 3/4 inch. So I set the blade at 3/4 inch. And I ran the rail right down, and it was so slick. This was actually pretty easy. But here's our little meat birds. They're zipping around in there, and they're ready to eat, so they're right there on the edge. So these chickens, they happen to be McMurray Big Red broilers, and they're ready to process 12 weeks after we received them. So that's from the time that we picked them up at the post office until we're actually gonna process them. That's a total of 12 weeks. So I'm gonna show you what I did for me to feed these things. I'm gonna feed them some spent grains, but I left this little hole at the top of the chicken tractor, and honestly that was not on purpose when I was doing it. It just kind of happened. But now I can just throw spent grains in there and the little birds go crazy for it. And what we really like about the Suscovich chicken tractor is that, one, the book that we bought, it was fairly easy to follow along and put the whole thing together. We were able to do it as a family project, which was absolutely amazing. So not only did I do it with Lisa, and our 2 boys actually helped us out doing the entire process, which was absolutely amazing to do. But let's go over to the chicken tractor itself real quick, just kind of give you an idea of what you got. So how I set this up is I set this up so I could pull it across the yard. So I cut the front 2x4s like skis so I could drag it across the ground really easily. And I just used the tow strap right here rather than using a rope like how it's set in directions. And I used 2 bolts on the end that I could hook the strap right into. And then what's really cool about this chicken tractor, the way it's designed, and this was in the directions, is that you put a white tarp on the top, and this really protects the chickens from the sun. They're not in the direct sunlight all day long, so they've got some shade so they're not getting too hot or too cold, or they get rained on, so it really protects them from the elements. And then right here, this is just chicken wire, and it's really easy to work with. It's easy to bend. You can pretty much make it do just about anything you want it to do. And this is for the top part. So down here at the bottom, we've got this hardware cloth, and it runs all the way along the bottom 24 inches of the coop. And this stuff is really, really strong, so if a predator were to try to get in there, it's not gonna be able to get through this hardware cloth.
So one thing that is really cool about building this chicken tractor and raising our meat birds right now is that our friends Jesse and Chastity from Willow Brook Homestead are also doing meat birds right now. And they're just about 2 weeks ahead of us in the process. So what's really cool is that we are going to help them process their chickens because we've never done it before. And then we are going to learn from them, because they've done it one time before, how to process our chickens. And I think, ow, Onyx just bit me for some crazy reason. Crazy kitty. They're gonna show us how to chicken processing, and then we are going to do it on our farm. We actually were just at a really neat pig butchering class at Roots and Refuge Farm, and it was an amazing thing to be a part of. Just getting to know others in the community and seeing what we could all learn from each other and teach each other. It was just a fantastic, fantastic experience. This was a whole hog pig butchering class with Hewn Farm based out of Ohio. And we learned everything from butchering meat to making sausage to learning how to cure meat, making things like pancetta and prosciutto. It was an absolutely fantastic experience, and we got to meet other homesteaders, broadening our community, and just had so much fun and felt so empowered to then be able to do this ourselves. It was invaluable. Definitely check them out. We were just so grateful for the experience and just to feel empowered and learn to be able to do this on our own. When you learn from someone else, it's amazing, because then you can go do it on your own. And even better than that, you can next teach someone else how to do it. So absolutely fantastic. Since we have plugged into our local homesteading community, we have also learned from our friends at Those Lane Boys, taught us how to make bagels. I had a great time with my friend Nicole and her boys from the YouTube channel Those Lane Boys. We made absolutely delicious bagels. I highly recommend you give it a try. And our friends Chastity and Jesse from Willow Brook, again, came to our house, and we did a local homestead. They were doing a local homestead tour, so they came to our house and we told them how to make homemade pasta. 4 eggs, 1 egg yolk. There we go. And it looks like our well held up pretty well.
Pretty well.
Pretty well.
Very well.
Beat these ingredients together. Just very gentle, a little bit at a time. Just kind of stirring it in there. There you go.
There you go.
Gonna rest for 1 hour.
I'm just hungry.
So Charlie's dainty hands are rolling out the dough now.
And you kind of see how these are all like in a little nest. See this flower down here? You're just gonna take it like this and put it in the flour and just kind of toss it all around. It's really fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, perfect. You are a natural. Are you part Italian? No.
Unfortunately not.
Well,
She's all Bickley. She loves food, just like her dad.
there you go. That's perfect. You did great, Zoe. All right, I think we're at our last one. I'll link this full video below that Willow Brook did, but get your family together and make some pasta. And it was just absolutely fantastic. Jeremy and Cassandra from Semojo Homestead shared with us some of their fresh goat yogurt, and I have to tell you, it is the best yogurt that I've ever had. I could not believe how sweet and creamy this yogurt was, this delicious goat yogurt, and topped with fresh strawberries. It was just unbelievable. It was absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait until our goats are in milk so I can learn how to do it. And because I've now made that connection with another local homesteading family, Cassandra is gonna come and show me how to do it, and she's also gonna help me learn how to can this summer. So plug in to those local homesteaders around you, and you will just build these beautiful and rich friendships. The homesteading community is so supportive, so wonderful, and I just really encourage you to find other homesteaders in your area and to link arms and start building that community. There is nothing more rewarding than a bunch of like-minded people together and just sharing and learning and teaching. It's just such a fantastic environment, and it's just so much fun. It's really, really fun to be able to do life with other people who love the same things you love and really want to build something similar to you, literally build some of the similar things to you. Join your local gardening groups. You'll find those people. Join the gardening groups, go to your plant sales around your area, check out what the extension offices are offering, and you will find those people who are like-minded, and then you can start growing and learning with each other. It's just absolutely invaluable. So I'm going to link a bunch of channels below that I've mentioned so you can go check out all of those homesteads, because they really are sharing some amazing, amazing things. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our Chicken Village video. You'll love that one too.